Hey, you guys. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. For anyone wondering just how scandalous and shisty Gypsy Rose Blanchard really is, well, we're going to talk about it in this video because Conspiracy over on Instagram, if you don't follow them, go give them a follow because they have put out some interesting emails that were from Gypsy during her time in prison, emails to her dad, some emails, I think, to Ryan talking about her dad's infidelity. Also, emails to her dad giving him a heads up saying, "Hey, mom told me she's got the, stepmom Kristy, she's got the passwords to your Facebook account. Keep an eye out, like, watch what you do. I don't care if you get a little strange every now and then. I just wanted to give you a heads up." She literally tells her dad, "I don't mind. I don't mind if you cheat on my stepmom, the woman that's there for me." Also an email between Gypsy and this lady. I think conspiracy says this lady is like 50 years old. Um, Gypsy, the lady calls Gypsy goddess Gypsy, and Gypsy calls this lady her good servant. And Gypsy has convinced this lady to send her $50 a week, weird stuff. And then Conspiracy also released some messages between Ryan, Ken, and Gypsy, them arguing. Now, these are a little older, but I don't know if we ever went over these. So I decided, let's just go over all of it, you guys. Listen, if you watch Gypsy's Lifetime reality TV show, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, Life After Lockup, you have seen her dad, Rod, and he's cute. He's very cute. Yes. So this 50-year-old lady was calling Gypsy goddess a gypsy. But yeah, Rod's cute. He might not be everybody's cup of tea, but he got like a little swag about him, those little hats that he wears. They're cute. I think he's cute. Maybe not everybody does. He's very much older, whatever. But Gypsy talks about this in the interview. She talks about how her dad is seen as a nice looking man, and she takes the blame for that it's opened him up to all these women because he's appeared on her show, her documentary. And this is before the reality TV show come out. So these, what we're going to be hearing, we're going to listen to them. What we're going to be hearing is that it's from when she was in prison. So he's just appeared on her documentaries, and it kind of opened the floodgate into women. Shelby Lynn says, "Girl, we've seen your man on here. No way you think Rod is cute." Listen, I said Rod is cute. I didn't say he compares to my husband. I don't think my husband is cute. I think my husband is like way beyond cute. You know what I'm saying? My husband is sexy. Rod is cute. Some people might think Rod is more than cute. I think he's cute. He's got a little swag about him. I like the hat. I like his little style, whatever. The earlier pictures of him when he was younger, I didn't really think that he was cute. He had like a little bit of a geeky look about him or whatever. But in his older age, he's gotten to where I think he's a little cute, but he definitely doesn't compare to my man. Okay. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to listen to some of these emails. Now, the first email that we're going to listen to, she talks about Leisha says, "Sean is pretty damn good looking. Reminds me of my husband, but mine is a bit older." Yeah, I'm lucky. Okay, I got me a good looking man. I definitely consider myself lucky. Kate says, "I think Ryan is cute in his own huggy way. He's not repulsive." And she's not talking about Ryan Edwards. She's talking about Ryan Anderson. So, hey, different strokes for different folks. You know what I'm saying? But this first email that we're going to listen to, it's an email Gypsy sent out where she's talking about how she, sent an email out to her dad, to her mom. And she even talks about how she wanted to put her dad's affair in her book. That while writing her book, she asked her mom and dad, her stepmom, Kristy, and her dad, "Can I put, what happened with my dad's affair in the book with the cookie lady?" Rod cheated on Kristy with someone that they refer to as the cookie lady. And they obviously didn't want that. But in this email, Gypsy says she kind of takes the blame for, why these women fawn over her dad. So let's go ahead. Let's listen to this one, and then we will listen to the other one where she is so shysty with her dad.
Sent 2 emails to both dad and blank, I'm assuming maybe Kristy. The one of my father was just saying that I love him, but I'm at a loss of what else to say. And then I sent one to blank telling her that I'm here for support and that I'm still her daughter too, blood or not. I'm trying to refrain from lashing out at my father for his infidelity. And I do not want my book to be a means for...
She says, trying to keep myself from lashing out at my father for his affair, but later on, she's literally encouraging the affair, saying, oh, I don't care if you get a little strange every now and then, just make sure mom doesn't know.
For blank to get back at him. I fear that if this were to go in the book or the documentary, he'll distance himself from me. It isn't my wish to embarrass him on blank to the world. When he was caught cheating with the cookie lady the first time, I asked my father if I could put the affair with the cookie lady in the book, and he and blank really didn't want that, so I discarded the idea. I feel a lot of guilt for this happening because women have seen him on TV in the documentaries or interviews, and women my age find my father very attractive. So they follow him or they find him on social media and start flirting, and he starts flirting back. The fame of my case caused his exposure to these women, and that's why I feel responsible. The worry of who I will live with if they live in different places plagues my mind. Blank was the first person I called to gain support after you and I talked. Of course, he made the offer for me to live with him in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Oh, so is that Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay. An offer I didn't refuse, but instead deflected the topic for right now. I don't know what the situation will look like when my release date finally arrives. If the separation is happening, my father could possibly move to Canada to live a life with a cookie lady.
That's insane. I saw a couple of y'all saying, now we know where Gypsy gets her cheating from. It's from her dad, right? Definitely praying for y'all, Melissa. Please keep us posted. But yeah, she literally talks about, oh, if my dad's, if he separates, like I'm not going to be able to live with him. I can just live with Ryan and Lake Charles. But my dad may move to Canada to start a life with the cookie lady. Somebody said the cookie lady was giving up her cookie. So yeah, she seems like a little down about it in this one, right? Like, oh, I take blame for it, and I try not to lose my temper on my dad after it. But you guys listen to this one, okay? Listen to the next one because she's singing a completely different tune when she was actually talking to her dad. So listen to this one.
2019. Dad, I need to tell you.
This is 3/15/2019. March 2019.
3/15/2019. Dad, I need to tell you something, but you gotta swear you won't react or tell mom. You know, much less tell her I'm the one who told you because I'm the only one who knows about it. So I know about the argument on Valentine's night and about the chicks on Facebook. Well, mom told me that she has your Facebook password and she regularly checks it for women trying to message you. She's trying to see if you continue to message women and it not be innocent. And to be honest, I don't care if you do or don't have some side action. None of my business. However, snooping on spouses' Facebooks has been one of the cause of many divorces for folks. That's why I'm giving you a heads up.
She just said, hey, mom got the passwords, just letting you know. I don't care if you, have some strange every once in a while, but snooping on each other's Facebooks is a leading cause for divorce. That's why, so is cheating, Gypsy. So is cheating. This really gives us more insight into just how ridiculous Gypsy's way of thinking is. It's not cheating causes divorces, but no, it's snooping wives that just come across it. It's wives snooping into their husbands' social media accounts. They're the ones that caused the divorce, not the ones that did the cheating. Wow. Okay, let's keep on listening.
She's had it ever since you left last time. Anyways, I love you. Be safe, and I can't wait for our visit. Oh, BTW, I think the cookie lady added me on JPay. Her name is blank. Lately, a lot of people have been popping up as new contacts. Gyp. Inbound to Gypsy. Yes, that's the cookie lady. She's pretty awesome. We had quit talking for a few months, and now we just check in every now and then. Thanks for the password, heads up on mom. She always been a snooper, and I get pretty upset about it, and she still does it. I haven't messaged anyone and actually deleted Messenger. I talked to Blank on WhatsApp lately. She said she sent you an email. Okay, well, can't wait to come see you. I miss you so much. Love, Dad. Inbound to Gypsy. Yeah, I know, boo. All those things are true. I've been evaluating my marriage. LOL. I always been a flirt and really do it at work out of boredom. Never really intending too much about it when home. Only Blank.
Can y'all believe that? I mean, honestly, the way these two chit chat with each other, just like, yeah, I think the cookie lady added me on JPay. She's nice. He's like, yeah, she is nice. She's a really sweet girl. I haven't been talking to anybody on Facebook. I've actually been talking to the cookie lady over on WhatsApp. So mom's not gonna know. I just flirt while I'm at work because I'm bored. I never meant anything about it. I never meant anything to it. What? Let's listen to this again, just so you guys can make sure you heard it correctly.
3/15/2019. Dad, I need to tell you something, but you gotta swear you won't react or tell Mom. You know, much less tell her I'm the one who told you because I'm the only one who knows about it. So I know about the argument on Valentine's night and about the chicks on Facebook. Well, Mom told me that she has your Facebook password and she regularly checks it for women trying to message you. She's trying to see if you continue to message women and it not be innocent. And to be honest, I don't care if you do or don't have some side action. None of my business. However, snooping on spouses' Facebooks has been one of the cause of many divorces for folks. That's why I'm giving you a heads up. She's had it ever since you left last time. Anyways, I love you. Be safe, and I can't wait for our visit. Oh, BTW, I think the cookie lady added me on JPay. Her name is Blank. Lately, a lot of people have been popping up as new contacts. Gyp. Inbound to Gypsy. Yes, that's the cookie lady. She's pretty awesome. We had quit talking for a few months and now we just check in every now and then. Thanks for the password, heads up on Mom. She always been a snooper and I get pretty upset about it and she still does it. I haven't messaged anyone and actually deleted Messenger. I talked to Blank on WhatsApp lately. She said she sent you an email. Okay, well, can't wait to come see you. I miss you so much. Love, Dad. Inbound to Gypsy. Yeah, I know, boo. All those things are true. I've been evaluating my marriage. LOL. I always been a flirt and really do it at work out of boredom. Never really intending too much about it when home. Only Blank.
That is really insane. Thank you so much for the super chat. Can we do a FOIA for her phone calls? That's where I think these were obtained. I think they were obtained through a FOIA. That is just really, sometimes I wonder, like, when I hear stories about, parents that were aware that their child cheated and they covered for them, I wonder how that happens. Cause I'm like, I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine, like calling my mom and being like, hey, just so you know, I'm cheating on Sean today. If he calls you, and her being like, okay, like, I got you, like, that's just, I don't know. It's a very strange idea to me, but that, she's like, just letting you know, mom has your passwords. I don't care if you get a little action. Cookie lady added me on J. It's so completely weird, in my opinion, to, wow. That's very strange, very strange. And it makes me wonder what Kristy thinks about this because Kristy is literally, the woman that supports Gypsy so much. Kristy goes with her to all of her events. She lives at Rod and Kristy's house, and Rod is gone half the time. Kristy defends her so wholeheartedly on social media when, there was on the show when people was riding by Gypsy's house when she was pregnant and things like that. I remember how defensive Kristy was about Gypsy and about a baby, and she was like, "Oh no, like nobody will touch, Gypsy or my grandbaby." I remember Kristy being just like so, uh, you know, like protective over Gypsy. And maybe, I do think Kristy is in it for the attention as well. I do. But I do think she tries to look at Gypsy as her daughter. I do think there's a part of her that she would protect Gypsy. So I'm like, she's put herself out. Maybe it's just because what she can gain off of it. But to literally hear, if I was Kristy, to hear my stepdaughter, who I considered a daughter, talking to my husband about that and okaying that, I would honestly, like, here's the thing. Thank you so much, Ruth, for the super sticker. Thank you. Here's the thing. I guarantee you Kristy never thought she was like in danger with Gypsy. Maybe she believes the story that Gypsy was whatever, and Gypsy would never hurt her. Gypsy would never hurt her. I'm her mom. She loves me. Blah, 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 blah. But this would have me thinking a little bit differently if I was Gypsy. I mean, if I was Kristy, because if I was Kristy, I would feel like I knew this girl. I've been very active in her life since she went into prison, talking to her all the time, accepting her, loving her, welcoming her into my home. I feel like she's never had any fear of Gypsy. But after hearing that and hearing more of who Gypsy really is, it would definitely make me question things. It would definitely make me question things. And to Rod on the show, when he tells Kristy, if Gypsy ends up with Ken, if she ends up divorced and back with Ken, it's going to be your fault. He seems like the level-headed one. He seems like the one that he's like, I don't want that nonsense here. Ryan's your husband. Deal with that. Don't, then when they split, then when she split with Ryan, he tried to tell Gypsy, take it slow. So he seemed like the one that had the most level head out of everybody except her sister. But it seems not. Maybe not. I agree, Ash. But I feel like Kristy probably thought different. But it really makes me wonder after hearing this, what does she think about her? All right, so now we're going to listen to another one. This is the messages between Gypsy, Ken, and Ryan. And Ryan says he throws some slurs out at Ken, homophobic slurs out at Ken. And then Ken accuses him of threatening to release photos of Gypsy. So those are these messages. And once again, these come from Conspiracy over on Instagram. If you guys don't follow her, go follow her. Sorry.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard's ex-husband Ryan Anderson and baby daddy Ken Euchre have now been shared on social media. Now, these text messages were posted by Without a Crystal Ball on her IG story, and they're allegedly text messages between Ryan and Ken. So Ryan is in gray, and it starts out saying, "Okay, Gypsy." Ken says, "F off, dude." Ryan says, "Whatever, Ken." Ken says, "Change your number every 5 minutes, eh? You're blocked. Get effed." Ryan replies, "Okay, homo." Ken replies, "Okay, limp, D-I-C-K." Moving on to the second one, Ryan says, "I have recordings of Gypsy calling you gay. Maybe I should post them. Don't F with me." Ken replies, "Okay, and we can post the receipts of you threatening to release certain photos of her, you giant piece of S-H-I-T. Go tell the world some more S-H-I-T about me, Ryan. It's Gypsy, by the way. I've seen your lives. You think you have any right to ask me how I am after that?" Ryan says, "Never did ever have released anything." Then I'm guessing Gypsy replies, "You still threaten to. We have screenshots." Ryan says, "I haven't said anything negative about you. No, I'm not."
Rocket Raccoon says, "Sorry, y'all. I'm a bit confused after listening to the recording. So did her dad actually cheat, or is Gypsy assuming because we all know people have been in the inbox chat?" Yes, he did cheat. He cheated, got caught with the cookie lady. He was cheating with the cookie lady, and him and Kristy split for a short period. But he ended up, him and Kristy ended up working it out. He didn't talk to the cookie lady for a little bit, and then he started talking to her again on WhatsApp. That's from my understanding, which I had heard a while back that he had cheated, but I never saw any evidence of it. I just heard it, or seen it on a post or something. But oh, her dad's been called cheating. I didn't know for sure, so I never repeated it. I never said anything about it, but yeah, it seems like he was actually busted cheating, and that's why Kristy started digging and got his passwords. He was caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Exactly. All right, now we're going to listen to this last one that's very strange. It's this older lady who is calling Gypsy Goddess or Goddess Gypsy, and it's weird. She's sending Gypsy money. Gypsy asked her, "Do you think you can send me $50 a week?"
Gypsy to this person. "I have a question. How would you feel about sending me $50 once a week on any day of your choice?"
Sorry, it didn't show up. Hold on, let me back that up because it didn't show up immediately.
From Gypsy to this person. I have a question. How would you feel about sending me $50 once a week on any day of your choice? That way I don't have to ask because I hate asking. I'm kind of a prideful person who hates admitting I need to be taken care of. Hope to hear from you soon. Smiley face. Inbound to Gypsy. Yes, I saw 65 and it's really good, goddess. Hi, goddess Gypsy. I sent $50 and I hope this pleases my goddess. I've seen shows about you on TV for a while, but I saw one recently where they interviewed you. You are such a beautiful goddess, all grown, a beautiful woman, so I wrote you a letter and prayed you responded. A lot of praying. I hope that's okay, goddess Gypsy. Love your obedient servant. Had a great weekend. Outbound Gypsy writing again. How are you doing? I had to delete and remake the Facebook page, so you have to like it again. It is under the Gypsy Rose Blanchard page with a pic of me. Nothing has been added to it. I just had to make some technical changes, like the name of the page is all. Can you send me maybe $30 today for movies on my tablet, please? My goddess, this is inbound to Gypsy. Hi, my goddess. I sent $30. I hope you're okay. Thank you for letting me send you money and referring to me as your loyal servant again. That makes me so happy, goddess. I will send money whenever you ask. I want to be the best servant you own, my goddess. Outbound from Gypsy. Thank you. At least I'll have movies to watch while on quarantine.
This is 2020. And I thought it was a male at first too, just, due to the context of the email. But on Conspiracy's Instagram, it says that Gypsy Rose Blanchard, prison emails exposed. The goddess Gypsy emails. This woman is 59 years old, married, and sends Gypsy money weekly or whenever she asks for it. So according to what Conspiracy has on her page, she says it's a woman, like a 59-year-old woman. So I don't know. That's very strange. You know what it reminds me of? Goddess Gypsy, thank you for letting me be your loyal servant. Thank you for calling me loyal servant. What does this remind us of? Her and Nicholas Godejohn, like the way they spoke to each other. Very just concerning.
From Gypsy to this person. I have a question.
We're going to listen to it again. We're going to listen to it again. Real quick.
How would you feel about sending me $50 once a week on any day of your choice? That way I don't have to ask because I hate asking. I'm kind of a prideful person who hates admitting I need to be taken care of. Hope to hear from you soon. Smiley face. Inbound to Gypsy. Yes, I saw 65 and it's really good, goddess. Hi, goddess Gypsy. I sent $50 and I hope this pleases my goddess. I've seen shows about you on TV for a while, but I saw one recently where they interviewed you. You are such a beautiful
I left Kristy for the cookie. I did it all for the cookie.
goddess, all grown, a beautiful woman, so I wrote you a letter and prayed you responded. A lot of praying. I hope that's okay, goddess Gypsy. Love your obedient servant. Had a great weekend. Outbound Gypsy writing again. How are you doing? I had to delete and remake the Facebook page, so you have to like it again. It is under the Gypsy Rose Blanchard page with a pic of me. Nothing has been added to it. I just had to make some technical changes, like the name of the page is all. Can you send me maybe $30 today for movies on my tablet, please? My goddess, this is inbound to Gypsy. Hi, my goddess. I sent $30. I hope you're okay. Thank you for letting me send you money and referring to me as your loyal servant again. That makes me so happy, goddess. I will send money whenever you ask. I want to be the best servant you own, my goddess. Outbound from Gypsy. Thank you. At least I'll have movies to watch while on quarantine.
That is just so weird. And, to me, it's just like we've heard too much already from Dan. And now this email coming out that I don't think this was Nicholas, like that came up with this idea to talk to each other like that. I really think this is something that Gypsy is into. Dan came out to say that he was not into BDSM or role playing or calling each other names like that. That was Gypsy. And now we hear this email. Okay, Nama says it's a man. They thought it was a woman at first. Okay. That would make more sense that it would be a man versus a 59-year-old woman. But you never can tell with people. You really never can tell. And yeah, the fact that she says, I'm prideful, I don't like to admit that I like being taken care of. She's so manipulative. It's really terrifying, honestly. Like, these emails are just weird. But yeah, the fact that she was like, She probably thought these calls would never get released. These emails would never get released, So why are the emails coming out now? I don't know. I feel like I want to say I heard somebody did a FOIA for them. So I guess maybe that's how they're coming out, or maybe somebody got a hold of Gypsy's JPay. I'm not sure, but it's all weird. If I was Kristy, I would definitely take issue with this. I would take issue with the fact that my husband was cheating. And then when I'm doing what I feel like I need to do, which is, yes, be nosy and keep up with his password so I can check his stuff to make sure he's doing right. My little killer stepdaughter here is running off and telling. Yes, weird and very manipulative. But anyways, you guys, so I heard those earlier. Like I said, if you guys don't follow Conspiracy over on Instagram, this is her page. I have such a problem saying that Conspiracy. I don't know why. I don't know. Why is it not showing up? Hold on. That's the page. Conspiracy. I think I just naturally want to say conspiracy, but it's Conspiracy. Okay, it's a FOIA. It's not KJ putting it out. It's Into the Weeds podcast. Conspiracy tagged Into the Weeds podcast, but on this one she said KJ. On this one she said KJ released these, so that might be where the confusion is coming from, because she said that about this one. But the others
From Gypsy.
did tag Into the Weeds. So yeah, okay. But anyways, you guys, we're going to continue to keep up with everything going on Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I will be out of the office tomorrow for most of the day. My son has freshman connection at college for the next 2 days. So when I do come in, it will be later in the evening. So my lives will be later in the evening. Yes, that's like Annie Elise's Seriously podcast. Yes. Yeah. Also, let me find, I'm going to show you guys, I do have a backup page. I have a backup Facebook page. If you guys are going to want to go follow it, follow my regular Facebook page, as well as my backup page if you guys want. I'm just trying to make sure, God forbid I get shut down again, that there will be some way for for me to have another one, and I won't have to like start building it from the ground up. So this is it. I'll show you guys. And I will post on here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have Sean post things on this page for me, but it's called Elle's Reality Rewind. Me and Sean came up with that. How do you guys like that? Actually, me, Sean, and Kaden came up with that. Elle's Reality Rewind. So you guys can go follow. As of right now, we only got 3 followers. Hey, shout out to my 3 followers. Thank you guys. And then I still have my Elle Bee page, this one. I wanted to message you on Facebook the other day and couldn't find it. That's because Facebook shut me down. Facebook shut me down and said that I was trying to impersonate a celebrity. I tried to watch your video with Amber Portwood, but my body couldn't take the cringe level. Can you sum it up real quick? Did she take accountability for anything? No, and I wasn't even able to ask her much because she kept reading the chat. She kept reading the chat and getting mad. She would get mad because she would read the chat, and I would say, no, just focus here, don't read the chat, and she ended up getting mad and leaving. I asked her about, the show being canceled. We got to talk a little bit about her not wanting to live on the property with Gary when he offered. She did say Christina was great. She did say, I don't have a problem with Christina. She's great. She also said Gary was good at one point, but then she also said something about a pedo. So, I mean, I really didn't get too much out of her because she kept reading the chat, and then she would respond, and then she would get mad, and then she ended up leaving. So, yeah, you guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you guys think about Gypsy? You have 4 now. 07. Thank you guys so much. If you don't follow my regular Elle Bee page, follow there, and then follow Elle's Reality Rewind, because I will be posting on both. I'm just going to try to build them all up. That way, if I lose one, I still have the backup. Yeah, Andrew, our Drew, is looking for love. But you guys leave me your thoughts. We'll continue to keep up with whatever's going on with Gypsy. And yeah, I'll see you guys probably late tomorrow evening. Bye, guys.